second part of Shankara's Kevala Advaita. So before that, we will chant from this sloka. Om Bang Me Manasi Pratisthita Mano Me Vachi Pratisthitam Aviravirma Edhi Vedasyama Anisthaha. May my speech be fixed in the mind. May my mind be fixed in the speech. O Atman, manifest thyself unto me. May my mind and speech be fit to reveal the knowledge. The conception, that is the mind, is very, very difficult. Most of the people we think that we are correct. Each and every one. Those who are making the mistake, you go and talk to them. Even then they will say, we are correct. Why? Thinking. So this is the first problem of the person. Now, why he is thinking? He must have heard from someone. Then the thought has come. Majority of the people, the original thinking almost nil. They can't think originally. So we hear, we read somebody's expression, then we start thinking, good or bad, right or wrong. Similarly, the Bachi, the one who is explaining it, must be correct. And also one, after hearing that, should also understand it, think it properly. So that is the main thing. Some people, so they were talking about the bad effect of the drinking wine. So they went to the village. They all are drunkards. So they went and told, look at it. I will put some insects inside this glass, and then I will put the wine into it. So naturally you will understand that what is the effect of this. They poured that wine into that and the insects all died. Now what did you learn? All of them are very happy. We should drink more so that whatever the germ is there inside, it will die. So the conception, if the conception is not clear, even the good teaching is also of no use. So Shankara is taking all effort to give this pure conception. So we understood that Shankara is giving the answer to the three questions, the basic philosophy: who is the creator, what is the creation, and what is the relation between the creator and the creation. The Shankara said, Brahman is the only thing. Brahman is the creator. If you want to say the creation, it is creation. But creation came from Brahman. So who is the creator according to Shankara? Brahman. What he has created? Two things, Jada and Chetan. One is conscious and another is the not conscious, inert. Where from came? From the Brahman. How it came? And the process, he said, because of Maya. There's the power that the God is having, which you can feel, but you cannot explain, which is eternal as like the Brahman, but at the same time, it can be stopped. It has an end. How? Because the moment you understand this is the act of Maya, immediately it will stop. So what are the activities of the Maya? Only two. the superimposition, avarana and vikshepa. It's covering the truth and imposing something else on it. So this is the simple way, in 3 sentences we can say whole Shankara's philosophy. The Brahman is the creator. Out of Brahman, this world, this universe has been created, and created through the power of Maya, and the power of Maya is only 2: avarana, covering, vikshepa, superimposing. These are the 2 things. So this is the Shankara's philosophy. But again, the why we can't understand? So it says false knowledge. Ajnana, the false knowledge. Avidya, ajnana and maya. These are the 3 words have been used again and again. Avidya, the wrong knowledge. It is a vidya. It is a knowledge, but wrong knowledge. Ajnana, it is a jnana, it is knowledge, but not true knowledge. It's not that there is no conception, there is, but the wrong conception. And also the Maya, as we told, is a deluding power of God. Shankara used this particularly, the Maya. Concealing the real nature of Brahman, avarana, concealing the basis of this world and making the Brahman appear as something else, as the world. So how this world came, we have to remember the Shankara. This is really very interesting. If we understand the philosophy, then we can make our life also accordingly. He's telling the truth is that the Brahman is all consciousness. Then Shankara will come and give the definition of Brahman. And here it comes, concealing that truth, that Brahman, that is the avarana Shakti of the Maya, and then not only covering, it is also superimposing vikshepa. This is the world. Then we see everything. And the classical example, when we see the mirage, we see everything. And if someone comes and says, no, that is wrong, we don't like to listen to him. We are so much convinced that I am looking at it, there is a tree, there is a human being, there is water, everything is there. But I am superimposing on what? Just nothing was there except the open field. Maybe the desert, mainly in the desert they see it like that. So the condition is like that, desert. And in the desert, I am thirsty, I want to drink, I see the water over there, a nice pond, people are there. I go over there, after reaching I find nothing, but in the distance again something. It goes on in the life. So in our lives also we go on searching for happiness. We are going for, all the time, constantly searching for happiness, joy. And every time we target something, if I get this, I am going to be happy. When we reach over there, we find, no, this is not the happiness. Again something else. Again something else. So marichika, but constantly the changing. So Shankara said, you should not run. Stop over here. Sit over here. Listen to the Guru. And then find out the truth. That is what Shankara says. Since Maya apparently transformed the object, another classical example, the Vedanta always say, the rope and the snake. There was a rope and the snake is superimposed on that. And there was no snake at all, but the reaction, as if I am seeing a snake just in front of me. I am so much afraid, perspiring. All reactions are there. Why? There is a knowledge. It is not that I am not having any knowledge. But ajnana, not true knowledge, false knowledge. that this ajnana, mithya jnana, false knowledge. Who can remove that false knowledge? Someone from the nearby, he comes with a flashlight and oh, see, look at it, there is nothing. Why you are afraid? That is the guru. He comes and shows. So this goes in this way. So this is Vibhartavada. Shankara, he says, the theory of creation, according to Shankara, it is Vibhartavada. Now this is a technical thing that we have to understand. Now creation. I am here and I am touching my body, I can feel it, I feel hungry, I feel sorry, and I feel happy. Everything is going on physically and mentally, and now you come and say there is nothing. This is very typical. How it is possible? But the philosopher Shankara says this is actually Vibhartavada. This is, you think that it has been transformed, it has not really. So there are two theories. One is Parinamavada, another is Vibhartavada. Parinama means total change. That is called Parinama. Here, there are some trees were there, it was a jungle in this particular area. Then some people came, they cut down the trees, they constructed a building. So completely transformed, Parinamavada. But sometimes we go and we see in the movie, there was a white screen and nothing else. But suddenly it becomes dark and the light comes from a corner and so many things start happening. It is happening, it is there, but it is Vibhartavada, it is not truly happening. So Parinamavada and Vibhartavada, Shankara, he says, it is the Vibhartavada. Now, the last time also we argued the Parinama and Vibharta, God and the matter. God ceases to be infinite, and naturally, if we say it is Parinama, last time we all discussed about that. If change is real, Shankara is telling, then God is not permanent. It is not unchanging reality. The how we come to understand what is truth. We always say, Vedanta say truth, Satya, Satya, Satya. What is the truth? What is not changing at all? This is the truth. Unchanging reality. Now, if God is a Parinamavada, God has changed. So I am not going in details because last discussion it was there. I am just taking the thread out of this and then we go to the next. That is, if it is a Parinamavada, complete transformation, that means God, which is consciousness, has become this matter. And it can never revert, it can never become consciousness again. That means God is also temporary. It can never be. So Swami Vivekananda puts it in this way. Can God die? In his one of the lectures he said, can God die? No, it is not possible. God can never die. Hence, Vibhartavada, change is apparent, that is accepted by all people. About the creation, the Vedanta says, Brahman, when associated with Maya, becomes Shaguna Brahman. So recently we had was an interfaith, the religious meet. The topic was, who is God? So obviously, who is God? It is very easy for us, the Hindus, to say. And others were also telling in their own way. But the Vedanta point of view, Dvaita and Advaita. Here we are coming to Advaita. But the total is Hindu. Yesterday one lady came, American lady, was asking about Hinduism. This is the confusion always is there. If God is all these, then why you say it is Brahman, which is not having any form, etc., etc. The two approaches, both are Hindu approaches. One for those who can understand that, another for a higher thought who will be able to understand it. So both are the same. I was telling her in a simple way, the Hindus have 3 steps, then you can reach. What? First is ritual. The moment you come to the temple, you have to put a mark on your forehead, and then that also you should be careful what type of mark you are putting and how you are putting. That is also very important thing. If you are putting in this way, then you are a Shaiva. If you are putting in this way, then you are a Tantric. Red, white, so many. That is not Hinduism, but that is the part of Hinduism, basic of Hinduism. It is going on in that way. So that is called rituals. And after the rituals come philosophy. Now we are discussing the philosophy. Why this, why that, how it is possible. Then we become satisfied. Yes, this is correct. And we concentrate and we realize that knowledge. That is spirituality. And that is called jnana. And then Sri Ramakrishna adding 4th step, final step, vijnana. What is that vijnana? Become like that. So here we find they are giving the explanation about the creation. The creation, the Vedanta says, the Brahman, when associated with Maya, becomes Saguna Brahma. Saguna means Brahman associated with the attributes, guna, qualities. So what are the qualities? Different people are having different type of qualities. So all the qualities, not each and every one will have, but one quality is there. So Brahman is having also some qualities. Moment you are having the quality, that means you are limited. So if you say that I can cook, that doesn't mean that you cannot drive, you cannot do this and that. But your quality is cooking. That over there. So people immediately, they will call you, can you please bring some food? You will be driving. So you cannot say that I also knows driving. But the cooking is your quality. Here Brahman is having Satya, Raja, Tama. These are the 3 gunas. And with the 3 gunas, Satya, Raja and Tama, he is making everything. The moment he is having these qualities, he is becoming limited. So it's called Saguna Brahma. As we are Hindus, we must have the clear idea. One is Nirguna Brahma, there is no quality, all over, only consciousness. But for the creation, it takes some qualities, it comes down. Sometimes they give the example, pure gold and then mixed with something else, that gold. And when you are making the all different type of jewelries, you need those, that type of mixed one. But the pure one, you cannot work. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say again and again, I cannot work. Why? It is pure. But he is transmitting that power into 2, Ma Sarada and Swami Vivekananda. They are working. So this way it goes. And when the attributes come, we call it Ishvara. We are known to these terminologies. Ishvara, the Brahman, having the qualities, becomes Saguna Brahma. Sometimes we call it as Ishvara, and sometimes we call it as Bhagavan. So what is God in the view of Hindus? Saguna Brahma, the Brahman with attributes. The Saguna Brahman or Ishvara or God, it creates, preserve, destroy. Shankara says, this is all illusory appearance. Why you are thinking about the creation? So much of steps and this mixture, that mixture, what is the necessary? It's all just appearance only. So Shankara is not giving much attention on the process of creation. Sankhya, they have given very thorough explanation about the creation. First is Akasha. Akasha, Vayu, Vayu, Agni, Agni, Apa, Adva, Prithvi. So this way all creation came down. But Shankara says, don't waste time. So whatever the creation has come, but this is only apparent, nothing is there. Only you are full with ignorance. Then Shankara is telling that about all these things that they are telling, that is called tatastha lakshana. Tatastha lakshana means, again example, one father and the son, and father wanted to show the son a particular star in the sky, but the young boy could not understand that. So where it is, he was looking everywhere but could not find. Then the father told, can you look at that tree on the bank of the river? Tata means the bank. So he is taking the son towards the sky, but beginning from the bank of a river. Look at that. Yes, I can see. And there is a tree, right? Yes, I can see. Now from the top of the tree, if you go up straight, what do you see? And there is a big star. Yes. Now you just take a right turn, and from in this degree, little another star is there. I want to know you about that star. It's called tatastha lakshana. Star is in the sky, but begins from the bank of a river. So that is called tatastha lakshana. The way they teach always. So this is tatastha lakshana. Shankara said, no, don't waste time. You better go for swarupa lakshana. Swarupa means what are the real qualities, gunas of the Brahman. Why don't you go to that? Concentrate on that, understand that, realize that, then it is final. So what is the Sarupa Lakshana? He said, Satchitananda Sarupa. What is Brahman? The very essence of Sat Chit Ananda. But Satchit Ananda is not Brahman. Only to understand Brahman, they are giving three types of qualities. Sat, eternal. How do you know that? Because no one wants to die. Everyone wants to survive. Even a plant, even a tree, when it is growing up, if you give a little cover, it will take a turn and again grow. Perhaps you have noticed, some of you. Those are from the villages. We used to play like that. There's a tree is coming up, we used to cover a little, and after a few days, you see the tree has taken a little turn and again going upstairs straight. Everyone wants to survive. Even the ant, human being, each and every one wants to survive. So where from this quality came? From the original, from the creator, from the Brahman. So that is called Sat. Chit, knowledge. Everyone wants to know, wants to know, wants to know. One of our Swami, he explains the Vedanta so wonderful way and very charming. So people are now, he will be coming, I think 7 months after, 7 or 8 months. Now people are registering. Now we want to go over there. So because they want to know, they want to understand it very clearly. So that is called, sometimes some good teachers, even in the Calcutta, also in the other universities. So other university students, they used to come and listen to a good professor because he was explaining things in a wonderful way. So they want to know where from this curiosity to know came from the original. Otherwise you will never come. If you tell a cow or a dog, and you love that dog so much, and you think that dog is just like human being, only having 4 feet, if you tell, there is a Swami explaining Vedanta wonderful way, do you like to go? Dog will say, what nonsense you are talking about, give me food. So like that, dog never cares for knowledge. Nothing, no one else. Even among the human beings also there will be very few who wants to know. So majority of the people, they go and throng where there is some excitement, entertainment. Who goes for enlightenment? Very few. Even then, those who are going, they prove that the original from where we came, that must be having chit, the knowledge, jnana shakti. So one is sat, chit, then finally come ananda. This ananda, where from it came? Must be from the source. So that is, Shankara is telling that this is called, don't go for the tatastha lakshana, go to swarupa lakshana. These are the swarupa of the truth. Think about that, concentrate on that. Time is short, life is short. You must be putting your whole mind and soul into this. And then he is telling, Shankara is explaining that all this creation that you see is having three things. For him, Shankara said, it is one, pratibhashika satya. It is truth. But pratibhashika, what is that pratibhashika? I saw snake on the rope, but when I saw the snake, it was snake only. I never thought that it is a rope. It is a satya, it is a truth. You cannot just deny it. So pratibhashika satya. Many of the people in the particularly villages, once you say there is a ghost and it moved like this, it moved like that, all people will say, yes, I also saw. They will be superimposing. The moment they hear, they will be superimposing. And that way everything becomes truth. Truth for them, that particular people, particular person, but it is a satya, it is a truth. You cannot deny it. Schizophrenia, doctors, they understand. The people, they see something and they believe that it is really happening. I was in Arunachal Pradesh that time. One person, he came and told, Swamiji, do you like to see some of the elephants are coming? I said, my God, elephants from where? So from the jungle, I went down, and then from here you have to see, hiding we were looking, there was nothing. Then I thought maybe from the jungle it is, inside the jungle, why it is jungle? You look at it, just stand, the elephant is standing over here. He was creating. Then I looked at his face and oh my God, something wrong with him. Next day he came and told, you must punish that man. I told, why? No, he is creating problem for me. But he is so far away, how he is creating? No, he is sending bad thoughts. I told, okay, I will tell him not to send the bad thoughts. So schizophrenia, he is just thinking, imagining, and it is satya for him, truth for him. Luckily, I got a very good doctor. He treated him, he became all right. Then he came, I am so sorry, I am really feeling ashamed. I was doing this thing and I told you all this. Forget about that, don't remember. Again it may come. So don't remember that. Then pratibhashika satya, vyavaharika satya. In the vyavahara also, in the pratibhashika, that he is looking at the snake only, not the rope. Then vyavaharika, practical truth, it should be there. Now we are Vedantin. For us, is only Brahman that is there and nothing else. Each and everything is nothing but the Brahman. Accordingly, if we behave with people, one gentleman came very strong, he lifted this one, where the donation box, he lifted this one and he was going out. And another person was coming from that side, he was our devotee, to, hey, why you are carrying this? No, I just wanted to see if there is anything inside. That you should keep over there. The Swami is there, lock is, the key is there, he will open. Why you are carrying? Anyway, shall I put it back? He brought it and kept it back. So that time, if that man has come and I said, no, he is Brahman, allow him to take it? No. So vyavaharika satya, practically you have to use. So you are Brahman, why should you eat? Not like that. The vyavaharika satya. The vyavahara also, one gentleman went to a guru and told, give me Brahma Jnana. He said, first you give me Guru Pranami. So some gift should be given to Guru before receiving the knowledge. Now first you give me knowledge, then I will give you the Jnana. Then the Guru said, The moment I will give you the knowledge, there will be no difference. Guru and the Shishya will be same, and I will miss my pranami. You won't give. So Guru pranami, first you give. Why? Vyavaharika Satya. That this Vyavaharika Satya also Shankara is giving much stress on that, and finally come Paramarthika Satya. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, if I knew this world is true, I would have decorated my own village full of gold, with all gold. So Paramarthika Satya. Ultimate truth is this. So that is called Paramarthika. Now he is giving the creator. What is the creator? Brahman. How is Brahman? Nirguna, Nirakara, Anirvachaniya. Nirguna means having no attributes. Nirakara, having no forms. And Anirvachaniya, you cannot explain it. The moment you can explain the Brahman, immediately it ceases to be Brahman, ceases to be eternal, ceases to be all-pervading. You can never. So they go to some extent to explain it. Oh, it is Ananda Sarupa, it is this, it is that. So this is called our creator. Now from the creator comes the creation. How? Avidya, ignorance. The moment that avidya, the ignorance, is coming and imposing someone, it becomes the jiva, involved in the body-mind complex. That same Brahman, when involving in the body-mind complex, become jiva. So that is why jiva brahmaiva na apara, Shankara is telling. That these beings are nothing but the Brahman, Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. Shankara wrote so many commentaries, so many explanations, each and everything. The whole literature of the Vedanta is made of Shankara only. And then the same Shankara said, I will tell you the truth in 2 lines. Sloka ardhena, no, sorry, not in 2 lines, in half line. Sloka ardhena, half line, half a sloka. Pravakshami. So what is that? Brahma Satya. Brahman is truth. Jagat Mithya. Then the second line came, Jiva Brahmaiva na apara. So what is our true nature, our reality? We are also Brahman. Swami Vivekananda, in a very modern way, in the modern language, he said, each soul is potentially divine. He didn't say everything is divine. He said potentially divine. Divinity is there, you can manifest. Each soul is potentially divine. Then he said, the goal is to manifest the divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this and be free. So this is what the jiva. So first is the creator. What is the creator? Brahman. What is the creation? Jiva. So what is the relation between the Brahman and the jiva? Same. Only one is pure consciousness and another is superimposed by ignorance. The consciousness reflected on ego, ahamkara, is known as being or the jiva. Again it says, Atman in bondage is called jiva. And sometimes some people they say, again and again you will hear Brahman and Atman. They say Brahman is that pure one and Atman, the reflected Brahman in every jiva, is Atman. Consciousness total is Brahman. Consciousness reflected on ego is jiva. The ego is the only. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Ami mole guchive janjal. When that Ami consciousness, I consciousness is gone away, then there is no problem. So this is the jiva, Atman in bondage. Jiva is having 5 kosha sets. What are that? Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So this is called Hinduism. Each and every step they have analyzed, experimented, then only they have come to the truth. So every jiva is having these 5 things. Only we call there's a mind-body complex. No. This is the 5 sets are there. First is this body. It depends on food. And only if the body, if it is surviving, then some of the people in coma, surviving with the help of the machineries. How they are surviving? If there is no mind, no other things. So they say no, life cannot survive in that way. So first is Annamaya, then comes Manomaya, thinking. So we like to read books, we like to listen. And then Pranamaya, there is the prana, vital forces. Then Vijnanamaya, we want to know in details. And that is why all the researches they are doing, going on doing researches on different things, Vijnanamaya. They cannot stop researching why this is happening, why it is not happening. Then comes finally Anandamaya. And this Pancha Kosha Vilakshana Atma. Vilakshana Brahman, they are not telling Vilakshana Brahman, they said Vilakshana Atma. So if you have to go reach to that, you have to cross. First you have to cross over this body consciousness. So unless you are not going beyond the body consciousness, there is no chance of the meditation. What is that? Going beyond the body consciousness. And that is, after that comes Manomaya. So many different thoughts are coming. Varieties of thoughts are coming. You have to control that thought. How? Taking the initiation, going on repeating the name of God, and then you are blocking the other thoughts. That is called Manomaya. Then Pranamaya. Then you are controlling the breathing systems. All the time people are gasping. So that type of, they can never understand the truth. So they have to control the breathing capacities also. Then Vijnanamaya, understanding the thing very properly. Then finally, it is Anandamaya. What is the symbol, what is the sign that you have realized God? Full of joy, full of Ananda. That is the Anandamaya. Then it is having 3 bodies. First is this Sthula, this gross body. Second is Sukshma. When we die, what happens? This Sukshma Sharira, that is mainly composed with mind and other impressions, that is called Sukshma Sharira, that goes out. The death means only changing of the body. Death means the condition of the body is only changing. The same person going to another, the soul going to another body. As we change our clothings, simply that way, Shukshma Sarira, the subtle body, it goes to another body. And then Karana Sharira, the reason, the causal body. The jiva perform actions motivated by desires. We are now explaining about the jivas. The Brahman is pure consciousness. The Brahman is reflected only, and now this is the jiva. And among all the creation, the human being is the best. The same Shankara said, Durlabham trayame vaitat devanugraho hetukam manushyatam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samastraya. The human birth is a very, very precious. And how we are utilizing this human birth? Just like animals. Eating and physical enjoyment and nothing else, nothing else. So one gentleman, he was telling, in India, he was telling, you are organizing a program that's good, I won't be able to be here. Why? I am going to France. Why suddenly you are going to France? Now there is a island is there, the special type of wine that is available only within this month, that is available. So I am going to attend that program. Only billionaires, they go. So I will develop my business contact, so I am going over there. So he is already rich. Again he is going to have the contact with those people. Again he wants to have so much of money. Then ultimately what? He doesn't know. He is going on pursuing. Money, money, money. And then he will go and he will be in the 5-star, 7-star, 10-star hotel, and this comfort, that comfort, and nothing. Ultimately, what? The human being? Nothing. So it goes in this way, that desire, 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 it's going on, pushing him. And jiva experiences pleasure and pain, and then is transmigrate until liberation. Jiva is working. Why? Because of desire. And because of that, what he is experiencing, pleasure or pain, sometimes good, happiness, sometimes not. And then finally what happens? He transmigrate. Because it is not, the death is not complete. Sometimes some people out of the misery, they think that we'll commit suicide. So many people, almost every moment, thousands of people are committing suicide. But that is not the end of the suffering. The same mind, it will go to some other place. Again the same thing will happen. It will start like that. So this goes on. That's why the Hindu, they believe in rebirth theory. They believe in karma theory. And they advocate, they always advise us, have good karma, physically and mentally. So if you are having mentally, constantly you are praying for others, and doing good to others, mentally, you are safe. Not that you are saving the world. Physically, if you are helping others, you are safe. Not that without your help that person was going to die, not like that. And according to Shankara, the essential nature of jiva is also like Brahman, Satchidananda Sarupa. Now friends, we will conclude, if the jivas are essentially Satchidananda, if they are just Brahman, why then they do not understand it? We should understand it. What is the problem? Then the answer is because of avidya, because of ignorance. And then another question comes immediately, if Brahman is the only reality, then how it is that avidya came? Where from the avidya came? Where from the ignorance that thing came? Because Brahman is Satchidananda Sarupa, and then the ignorance came on us. Where from the ignorance, this avidya, what is the cause of all problem, came where it was. So they say locus of avidya. On that, a lot of discussions are there, and particularly on this point, Shankara's disciples are dividing. There are different type of opinions they are giving. Sureshwara, Acharya and Padmapada, the great disciples of Shankara, they said, since Brahman is the only reality, so avidya is also remaining in Brahman. The Brahman is the ashraya of avidya. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in his own way, in a simple way, he is explaining why you are thinking in that way. If avidya, ignorance, is in Brahman, do you think Brahman is affected? Not at all. Like the venom, it is there in the snake. But snake is having nothing, no problem for the snake. Every other things are affected. But that he is carrying, like that Brahman is also having that, not touched by it. There are many quotations are there. That when you see that all the dust are flowing on the sky, do you think the sky is connected with that? Nothing. It is completely free. But you think that it is in the sky. The similar way. But Bachashpati Mishra, he said, no, that cannot be. Brahman is pure. How the impurity will come on it? So obviously it is with the jiva. But where from it came? It says in the jiva, with the moment the Satchit Ananda became the combination of Satya Raja Tama becomes jiva with desire, another things happen, that is avidya. So that is his. But Shankara is supporting the first two, Sureshwara and Padmapada. It says the Brahman apparently, that we have to remember. Eva, in the Bhagavad Gita, when Shankara is describing that the avatara is coming, then he said, Jata Eva, as if it is born. The Krishna was born, but Shankara says Eva. Eva means as if, apparently, bifurcate itself into two opposite poles, spirit and matrix. The thing with what it is happening. So these are the two things that as if it did. That's why the Hindus immediately, they always make the images to describe this thing. Ardha Narishwara. Near the Bombay, there is an island, there is Ardha Narishwara. But the Portuguese came, they could not understand it, they broke some of theirs. But a wonderful piece of the construction and image, beautiful that. The Ardha Narishwara, the spirit is there, at the same time the matrix. And through its Maya power, they are both physical universe and living being are born. So Shankara says, from Brahman, apparently as if two things are taking birth. One spirit, consciousness, another jada, that is inert. And how it came? Through the Maya, that Maya Shakti. The physical universe and the living beings, the consciousness. Living beings, the Chetan, experience the universe. The consciousness is experiencing the jada. And suppose someone has decorated a beautifully something and there is no one to enjoy that. What is the use of it? Some people are cooking wonderfully. There is no one to taste it, eat it. Then what is the use of it? When the God is creating the beauty of this universe, there should be someone who should go and appreciate. Otherwise, what is the fun of creating that? So when this creation came, multifarious variety, he also created Bhokta. Bhokta means one who will go and enjoy it. So that is the creation. Hence, one reality manifesting differently from the subject, spirit to the grossest matter, from the biggest to the minutest entity. Example, now is a beautiful example from the modern science it has given. The H2O, it is the water. But the same H2O appears as the vapor, as the ice, as the snow, as the frost, as the fog. All are nothing but the H2O. Similarly, the Brahman, it has taken in this way so many things. Brahman is the cow, and Brahman is the cowherd boy. And Brahman is an old man, Brahman is also a newborn baby, each and everything. That's why in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, if we read over here, you'll find again and again they are going on telling, you are the male, you are the female, you are the old, you are the child. Beyond you, nothing is there. That is Vedanta. That knowledge when dawns and there is no other knowledge will be there. So jnana, knowledge, ajnana or avidya, both are from Brahman. The question was, where from the avidya came from? Brahman. Since the same reality is the stuff within all, there is affinity between the existing entities and animate and inanimate, jada and chetan, conscious, non-conscious, and microcosm and macrocosm. And that is why Swami Vivekananda in Almora, he meditated and came to realize about this, and he was so happy. He started almost dancing, and when he saw his brother disciple, he said, Ganges, the Gangadhar Maharaj, I have solved my life's problem. What is there within me, and the same thing is there in everywhere. So that is Vedanta. When you talk about Vedanta, Vedanta means same-sightedness. It is all equal. So that's why the Vedantin, the Hindus cannot say, oh, you belong to different religion, I am not going to mix with you. Wrong thing. He can never become a Hindu. Because the God has taken different forms. And we will see the application in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, how Sri Ramakrishna is behaving. These are all theories. Where the practice? We will see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. And they are like ruff and woof of the cloth. When the cloth is, have you seen how in the village they prepare the cloth? And one will go like this and one will come like this. The threads is always coming like straight way and another is the horizontal way. Constantly it will be like this. And then only a cloth is made. It is like that. In Sanskrit it says Ota and Prota, Ota Prota. Then comes the mukti or the liberation, and then going back to the original source. According to Shankara, the superimposition, adhyarapa, adhyasa of this multifarious world on the true reality, Brahman, is the cause of all suffering. Why we suffer? Because we think ourselves limited. The moment we think ourselves limited, oh, somebody is successful over there, I am feeling jealous. Somebody is having something, I am feeling jealous. It's all ignorance. That's why hundreds will be explaining you the Vedanta. But there are no Vedantin, is very, very rare. So theory is one thing. Application of the theory into the life is completely different. The one gentleman came to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He was quoting from Vedanta and he was telling, I am the Shiva, I am the Shiva. And Sri Ramakrishna was constantly, the moment he was telling, I am he, I am he. No, it is the God, it is the God. He was going on repeating after him. Why? Constantly reminding him, because you have the ego, you cannot proclaim that. Only one who has not having any ego, they can only say, he can only say or she can only say, I am Brahman. So Shankara is telling, it's so easy. Unnecessarily you are crying. Nothing has happened to you. No change has come. Only you have imposed something and you have having the fear. Just make it completely de-superimposing, apovada. Adhyarapa, covering, then apovada. You are removing that. These are the Shankara's philosophy. Adhyarapa, you are covering the truth. Then apovada, you are removing that. And what remains? The truth. So the adhyarapa and apovada. Denying many, search for only one. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, to know one is jnana. To know many is ajnana. And he was telling to a very learned person. He was the MA, the master degree holder person from the Calcutta University in 18th century. So obviously, Sri Ramakrishna was very clear. To know one, here the Shankara says, Atma Jnana, Atmanam Vitti. You must realize that you are the Atman, you are the soul, you are one. We all identify ourselves with the body because the self, the consciousness, is reflected as the soul and the buddhi. All of us. We are associated with this body. Why? Because the consciousness is reflecting within us. But when this body dies, what happens? When this body was not there, what happens? Where I was? So that is the question. So here again and again they say, the consciousness is reflected as the soul on the buddhi, that is the intellect. This is why I-ness is transmitted to the whole personality. Whenever we say I, what is that I? That I-ness is transforming the whole personality. But body and mind are constantly changing. They are phenomenal. We have to go beyond them, beyond time, space and causation, which are the modes of Prakriti. We have to know Brahman, which is behind the universe. We have to know Atman, which is behind the individual. The moment we go for the Brahman, It is behind the universe. When you go for the Atman, it is behind the individual. One philosopher, Western philosopher, Descartes, he said, cogito ergo sum. That means I think, therefore I am. And the European, the philosophers, they constantly quote this. I think, therefore I am. Many of the Indian philosophy also, and they are very elated. I think, therefore I am. Vedanta said just opposite. Completely wrong conception. They are telling, because I can think, so I am existing, my consciousness is existing. But it is totally opposite. So Vedanta will say, sum ergo cognito. Changing the word in it. Sum ergo cognito. What? I am, therefore I think. If the consciousness was not there, who could think? So I am the consciousness, and it says, go and search for who is this I. And how to search? Now, in short, we will describe this. In our next class, we will start with this one. Fourfold discipline, Shankara is telling. Fourfold discipline. What are the fourfold discipline? Viveka Vairagya Samadhi Shadasampatti Mumukshuta. These are the only four. Those who are trying to become the Vedantin, these are the four things they should practice. First is Viveka, discrimination. What we have to discriminate? The permanent and temporary. So between these two, that is called discrimination. That's called Vairagya, dispassion, which is temporary. Anything that is temporary, give up. That is called dispassion. Then Samadhi Shatasampatti, the Shama, Dhamma, Upurati, Titiksha, Shraddha and Samadhan. These are the 6 Samadhi Shatasampatti. Sri Ramakrishna, he is giving a call to everyone. Oh, come, whatever the riches I am having, Sampatti, what I am having, I like to give it to you. He was not having anything. He was a poor Brahmin. Only he used to work in the temple, and that too a time came, he was engrossed in tapasya, so they didn't fire him, but he was not working. But the Jamindar was kind enough, he used to send 8 rupees as his salary. 8 rupees? Whom he will distribute? Then why he was calling the whole universe, come, I like to share. Shadasampatti. The sannyasi in sampatti, treasure, is this 6. Shama, Dhamma, Upurati, Tritiksha, Shraddha and Samadhan. We will discuss that in details maybe in my next class. And Mumukshuta, desire to be liberated. That is the final thing. Majority of us, 99% of us, we don't have the Mumukshuta, we have the curiosity. We only go and ask, but I want to be liberated in this very life. That is absent. This is the first. And second, Shankara said, Guru Bhakya Palan. You have to follow the instruction of your Guru. Otherwise, it is not possible. How it is possible? You have to go to the Guru, Sravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. Sravana means you have to hear. You have to listen. And when you listen, afterwards again, Acha, what did you say that, the mantra? This is not the way one should listen. Very 100% attentive. Each and every syllable should be remembering. That's called Sravana. Then Manana. Manana is reflecting on that. The Guru has given a word, I must reflect on that. In the Vedanta tradition, they say, Aham Brahmasmi Tat Tvam Asi. That is the mantra. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that Brahman. So he is going on reflecting. And finally, it says, contemplation, Nididhyasana. He is totally contemplating on that. No doubt. So only I can concentrate on one object when I am having no doubt about that. When I am having the doubt, how can I concentrate on that? There is no doubt. That is why nididhyasana, sravana, listening, manana, then going on reflecting, and contemplation, nididhyasana. These are the three things. And what happens after that? Mukti, liberation. Most of the people will say, this life I am doing some good work, next life I will try for the mukti. Shankara never agreed to that. Shankaracharya says, Jivana Mukti. When you are leaving this very life, you should be free. And after that, you will go to heaven. Swami Vivekananda is also telling, I don't believe in that. I should have the mukti now, here. What is that mukti? Liberation from what? All bondages. What are the bondages? Ego and desire. If you don't have that ego, I, then you don't have the desire also. If you don't have the ego, if you don't have the desire, then what remains? Only consciousness. And that is called liberation. That is called mukti. Not that you die. Only the yogis who are controlling their mind and through different processes, after reaching to that highest position, nirvikalpa samadhi, majority of them cannot come down. In 21 days their body falls. They die in that sense. But the Vedantin, they are very happy. Why? They have understood the reality. And they go and help the people. And constantly telling them, Shankaracharya is telling that this life is only to get the liberation and to enjoy of the liberation. Jivan mukti, sukha prapti, hetave janmadharitam. You have to enjoy that. Only that desire should be slowly, totally eradicated. Thank you, friends. This is Shankara. And the next Sunday, we will go, slowly we will go and up. Next Sunday, we will go to the final stage of the Vedanta. What is that? Govindapada's philosophy. There is no creation at all. You have to be very strong to understand that. There is no creation. Govindapada is denying that. So we will discuss that philosophy, outline of that philosophy, not all details, into the next class. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. If you have any question, then you can ask, and I will try to answer. I don't know whether I will be able to. If you have any question, you can ask. About this Jivan Mukti, about the explanation of Shankara, about this conception of Maya, about the creation of Jiva and the Brahman. If you have any question. Yes, Doctor?
After listening to that, what remains is nididhyasana.
Yeah, this Vedanta is really wonderful philosophy. And it can unify all other philosophies. The majority of the people, when they are thinking about the Daitas. And when they are thinking about the Daitas, they choose one idol. Vishnu, Shiva, Jesus, these, that. And immediately it becomes one path for them. For the Vedantin, any path, anywhere they can go. Why? Because they know through that particular god or goddess, they are going to reach to one knowledge. What is that knowledge? I am that. This is a wonderful conception. And sometimes people, they say, if the Vedantin, you become a Vedantin and say, I am that, you will develop your tremendous ego. And obviously you won't perform any good work. No, wrong. And because of that, with that conception, I am that Brahman, how people will react. And that's why they never taught Vedanta to the ordinary people, only to those they used to leave the hearth and home, becoming the monastics. So to them only Vedanta. Swami Vivekananda came and told why. Each and every one has the right to understand that they are divine. And he made his own life's philosophy to make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. So wonderful. When you go and tell that you are divine, you have love, you have purity. What is the purity? Unselfishness. And what is divinity? Love. You have the love, limited love. You love your kith and kin, you love your country, you love a narrow, small. Break that barrier and reach out to each and everyone. You are a god, you are a goddess, you are spiritual. That is Vedanta. That's why Vedanta only can become the platform for the unification of all knowledge, all paths. Any other conception, any other idea? Yeah.
Actually, Shankaracharya has two groups, some of the disciples make that the Avidya comes from the Brahman. Another person says the Avidya comes from the Jiva.
Jiva.
So I think if Avidya creates the misery, so I think the second group makes no sense.
The Avidya is coming from Jiva? That one problem comes. So the moment you say the Avidya is coming from the Jiva, then you have to explain the Avidya, which is basically eternal. The Jiva is not eternal. And there are so many Jivas are there. If one Jiva is dead, then all Avidya is supposed to go away. It is not going.
Because it is reflected.
Yes. It is reflection means it is coming from outside, coming from someone, something else. So obviously this reflection is coming from Brahman. As I was telling, who is Jiva? Consciousness reflected on ego. So Avidya is also similarly reflected on Jiva. And that's why Shankara is telling Jiva and Brahman, all these are only myths, only conceptions. There is no Jiva at all. You are thinking that you are separate. The moment it gets open, you see, no, there is always I was.
In complete verse of Swami Vivekananda, it's very nicely mentioned by Swami Vivekananda himself that to answer this question about nature of Maya, one has to transcend the Maya.
Yes.
And then the real answer can be found. So that makes sense because there is a limitation to the human thought to what extent it can go. And beyond that, since Brahma and all, this is beyond thought, so to comprehend that and try to answer in the domain of thought itself is absurd.
Naturally.
So unless somebody by sadhana or whatever transcend it, then that particular individual will get an answer, not for anybody else, those who have not done so.
Yes. Again, the Sri Ramakrishna, the example of Sri Ramakrishna is unique. So if you read the biography and the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the conception about the spirituality will be completely clear. Sri Ramakrishna is telling the empty vessel, and if you are going to put the water into that, it will go on creating sound. In the villages, they take all the vessels and they are putting in inside the water, gub, 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 some sound will come. But when the vessel is filled, complete, the water outside, water inside, and there is no sound. Similarly, if a man, when we are now trying, we are reading books, we are arguing, we are questioning, we are doubting, we are answering, going on. But the moment one becomes complete, he becomes totally quiet. And he will never feel any doubt about it, just like that, no sound. So when the others are talking, he will look at and listen. If he feels, he may rectify them, correct them. Otherwise, he's quiet. So that knowledge gives that type of final settlement. I am full, complete, and no doubt about it. A little doubt means he has not realized the Brahman. So that is the. But in the Advaita path, there is always chances that God may be angry with me. Today God is very happy, but tomorrow God may not be happy. Today I gave him some yogurt that was tasty, God liked it. And next day suppose God didn't like that yogurt, it was sour. Hey, why you have... So like that it goes, constant things are there. So Vedanta is the final solution when one becomes completely one with the knowledge, I am that. So then there will be no problem. Yes.
Swamiji, I have one interesting question in the sense that Vallabhacharya, Madhvacharya, these are great acharyas and realized souls themselves. So how come that difference is there in their expression and explanation with Shankaracharya, even though they themselves are realized souls, which is kind of intriguing how that happens?
See, any knowledge, the manifestation of that knowledge into that particular person, it differs. So, right, you are a doctor. When you passed out from your university in the college, all of them are having MBBS certificates. But the understanding of the knowledge differs. If you go to the same batch of the doctors, they passed in 1980 perhaps, you go to one doctor, oh, you are from that college, you are from that batch, you are all same. But no, the knowledge differs. Same knowledge, same certificate, but according to the person it differs. That's why they say Brahmavid, Brahmavid Baryan, Brahmavid Barishta. All they know about Brahman. But in totality, in complete form, Brahmavid Barishta. So Brahmavid, he has understood the Brahman, but not in the complete sense of the term. So Baryan, little higher than that. Barishta, he has become like that. So this they call, and finally they call, the moment you understand Brahman, you are supposed to become Brahman. Brahmavid, Brahmaiva Bhavati. He becomes Brahman. So in his all aspects, it will be the same. The moment you make a difference, there is something lacking, always, every time. So, okay then, thank you very much. Please go down and have some lunch. Friends, I like to just show you that the winter is approaching. So we have made this pledge. This is a quote. This is the Chicago Calling and Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago. So this is available in our bookstore, and only 15, no? And now it is 15.